Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So first, I just want to welcome everybody to Morning Coffee. Thank you for joining us. I know it's tough when it's such a beautiful day because, if I didn't have this call, I would have gone down to Williams and sat outside having a morning coffee. Teresa and I were actually talking about how cool it would be to do morning coffee from the beach, right? Go down to the beach in Toronto.
As long as there's donuts there too. We need to have the donuts too.
But
wait a minute, if you social distance, how are you going to reach them?
Where there's a will, there's a way. You put the box on a table and everybody just goes and grabs one.
Good morning, Sheila.
There you go.
Thank you. How you doing? Good. Thanks for joining us. That's great. So today, I just want to go through a few announcements. Of course, today we have, morning coffee. Right afterwards, we have our work group. Everyone's welcome to stick around for the work group that we will be doing until about noon. So it goes from 10:30 till noon. Just stick around and we can get things done on camera. We can watch each other, stare at each other as we work. This kind of thing. And then we have Wednesday evening, we have Investing 2021 with Melissa Raymond and Stephen Lee. That starts at 8:30 and goes till about 9:30. Sometimes it gets really exciting and it goes on till about 10, but they try to kind of wrap that thing up at 9:30. But it's a really great a discussion about stocks and other investments. So if you're interested in doing that, please do join that. And of course, the Thursday morning, we have Tech Talk with Catherine Davies. Catherine, any sneak peeks on Tech Talk?
No, because it's Thomas this week.
Oh, Thomas is doing it.
No, he's talking about how do you integrate everything together to work.
Fantastic. Good. Always exciting to be a part of that. And then, of course, Thursday at 1:00 p.m., you have sales strategy with me, Ivan Sutton. Of course, that starts at 1:00, goes till 2:00. That sales strategy is for members only, but it's an amazing workshop on prospecting and developing leads, etc. So feel free to join for that. Oh, let me just make sure I've got everybody coming in here. Okay, so today we're going to talk about.
So that's Wednesday or Thursday?
So Thursday at 1:00 is sales strategy. At 1 till 2:00. All right, let me just move this over here because I feel like I'm kind of looking in the wrong spot. Did you know that Zoom actually has this new cool feature that you can actually move your box around, like wherever your camera is, you can move the box so that you're actually looking straight into the camera as opposed to looking down or somewhere else. It's kind of a neat feature. Yeah. Try it now. Everybody, pick yourself up and move yourself around. It's kind of
You know what I found on Amazon, Ivan? Because my computer, and I don't understand the why, it doesn't allow for me to have a background unless I have a green screen.
Oh.
For some reason, it just says not compatible because you need the green screen. But what I just found on Amazon is you can find one and it's round. And it's got like a strap, so you would strap it to the back of your chair, and that you would create your green screen that way. So I'm thinking of getting that so that I can do the background.
I think I saw the commercial for that. I like that too because it kind of looks like a throne, right?
Right? Yeah. Okay, I think that suits me. Okay, that's great.
Mind you, you have such a pretty backdrop. I would think that was a virtual background.
Well, thank you. But I thought then it would give me the choice of, having a logo background depending on what kind of meeting that I'm going in or something like that. But anyway, I didn't know that existed and I just found that out this week. So just throwing that in. Just
awesome. Okay, so today we're going to have a very short topic. We're going to talk about rest. Okay? Rest. And then we're going to jump into networking, because I want to kind of start networking before Michael has to leave. But in advance of networking, folks, please use the chat window and put your contact information in there so people can reach you, and they'll know who you are. So when you speak, they'll be able to connect what's in the chat with your face, so they know who you are. All right. Okay. So rest. So the first thing is, how many hours should an adult get as a night's sleep?
7 to 8.
What's the right answer versus the actual answer?
The right answer.
Right.
That's all Uriel.
7 to 8. Now, there's a thing that entrepreneurs believe that they can actually perform well on 5 hours or 6 hours of sleep. And that might be true for a short period of time, but you actually need 7 to 8 hours of good sleep, right? In order to be optimal, right? And, I can't think of people that need to be optimal more than entrepreneurs. We need to be on our game all the time, right? Do you know that the proper amount of rest is important for brain activity? What a shock, right? Think about it, that you can handle stresses better when you get enough sleep. And we were just talking earlier about how stress is a contributor to most diseases, right? That the major cause of cancer is stress, and diabetes is stress, etc. So, think about how, and also, did you know that not enough sleep contributes to weight gain? Shocker. I thought it was lattes. But the point is that,
And donuts.
Granddad's. Okay, yeah, absolutely, Lindsay.
I'm sorry. I wanted a donut this morning.
Lindsay went to Granddad's Donuts, and guess what? She didn't bring one by here on her way back home.
I wanted an eclair. You've been teasing me with them the last couple weeks. So.
I gotta get there to have Walnut Crunch, man.
Oh, I
So
almost
awesome.
got that this morning. They're really good.
So
We digress.
So everybody understands the whole, sleeping, getting enough sleep at night, right? But there's another kind of rest that we need. And that is the rest that we need to take during the day, right? So now, your body kind of signals when it's time to take that break. But most of us work through it. We just figure that we call it our 3 o'clock slump, or whatever you want to call it. Mine is the 10:30 slump, the 12:15 slump, the 3:30 slump, and the 4:45 slump. But the point is, sometimes your body is saying, get up and take a break, go for a walk, sit down in a park, etc. Just take it, even for 15 minutes. Stop what you're doing. And
can I add something to that?
Of course you can.
So I heard a doctor talking about sleep just recently, and along what you're saying is that as we get older, sometimes it's hard for us to get that 8 hours all at once. But if you look at it at 24 hours, right? So a lot of us will work until, after midnight, and then get up, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And while that's not recommended, if we take an afternoon nap, right? So when you hit that 3 o'clock slump, if we actually go and nap for a couple hours or so, like for me, I'll take a 3-hour nap, right? So I do, while I don't get 8 hours all in one go, I get it, in 2 shots. Yeah. And that's okay.
You know what?
There's lots to be said about that afternoon slump.
Well, there are places in the world that have siestas in the afternoon, right? They shut down in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Go and grab that little nap, and
that report really gave a lot of credence to them.
Yeah.
Because exactly. It's a major part all around the world. And so, we should, as Westerners, reevaluate the way we live, because, we have that opinion, this is all we know, for the most part, because this is what we grew up in. But it's not really the right way to live,
But I think that it's right for, some people can do it and be okay doing it, right? I mean, but you yourself have to know your own self, right? Your own body, what your body's telling you. And really, when you start listening to what your body's telling you, then you start to get better at understanding what your body's telling you, right? So you know, some of us just think, oh, you know what, I feel a certain way, so my body's telling me that I need another cup of coffee, right? Maybe that's not what it's telling me, right? So I just need to explore other options. And I'll tell you something, and this is where we're going to kind of go around the room and just chat about things that you do that you can share with others, so that we can learn about different things to do to actually get rest in the afternoon. Now, before we say that, I'll say this one thing that I think we mentioned last week, is that I don't know if you know that trees give off things that your body needs, right? There are kind of these, I guess, chemicals that you walk through the woods, and there's actually a healing property that trees kind of give off to people, right? So it's you know, sometimes rest may be as simple as taking a leisurely walk in the woods, or sitting in a park. So sorry. Oh, okay, Kathy, we'll get to that in a moment. So it's you know, just getting out there and resting, right? So what are the ways that you rest, Lindsay? How do you take breaks?
Lindsay doesn't rest.
Right on.
Watching a good Netflix show helps. Honestly, my biggest rest breaks are now me just walking to Starbucks down the roads, because I can do it in under 30 minutes, and it just gets me like the fresh air and like a really fancy drink that boosts my energy, and plus the caffeine to keep me going. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Teresa, how about you?
I have the same answer. I do not rest, unfortunately. So I'm here to learn how to do that.
Right. You know, so here's a question though. Even though you don't rest in the daytime, which I know you don't, you recognize a need for rest, right?
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Christiane, what do you do?
Actually, well, because I follow Weight Watchers, and that's of course a big pillar of Weight Watchers. We talk about sleep, we talk about how to fix with food. I try to basically listen to my body. If I'm tired in the afternoon, feeling tired, I may very well lay down.
Right.
And it could be maybe 20 minutes or whatever. Again, like Lindsay, I like to go out for a nice walk and basically just let my mind wander, and just it clears my head. And when I come back, I've either pretty much found the solution, or, oh, I thought of something else that I can do. But in order to help the afternoon, I've brought in an evening routine that seems to be working with me for the next day. So I try not to eat or drink after like 7:30, 8 o'clock at the latest at night. I just feel I get a better night's sleep, and I'm more apt to get between my 7 and 8 hours when I.
Yeah, I stopped drinking during the weekdays because I can't. It doesn't help me focus the next day. Absolutely. So I sometimes don't even drink Sunday nights just so that I have a.
Well, darling, at my age, it has nothing to do with the next day. But I'm just saying.
Definitely does for me.
But I have a better chance of going through, all night and having a good sleep.
I hear you on that. Absolutely. Okay. Now, it's funny. We've all experienced it where sometimes we stop, we leave, the office, and we go for a walk, and all of a sudden solutions come to you for things that even things that you weren't actually dealing with that day. All of a sudden solutions come to you. You know why? Yeah. Because you're able to stop and allow your brain to do what it needs to do, right?
Yeah, right. A break, a couple times a day is really good. Like we should, at lunchtime, get up and walk away from our desk.
Away from the desk.
Yeah, and then same thing in the evening, especially like an hour or so before the end of the day. Get up, walk away. Just if it's just like walk out of the office, around the block, like around the building, and just come back in. Just separate yourself from the work I went into a restaurant the other day, and the kitchen staff were nice, but the manager was just like completely frazzled. And I told her, like I started talking to her and told her, just remember, you're just at work. This is just work. Take a step back, smile. Remember, it's just work. And when I said that, it was like she became a different person. All of a sudden, she slept a little.
Well, while he's frozen, I'll say this. Oh, so listen, I've seen people that race up to sleep, right? They're going full tilt, and even the time that they can rest, they put the TV on that keeps those wheels going, right? And then it's just when they're thinking, okay, it's time to, and then they go to sleep. So they get an okay sleep, but they don't get a good night's sleep because they race up to the end, right? Okay, so Linda.
Yeah.
Rest.
I actually get up and change from my office to the living room just to change the scenery. Really helps me. Or I'll go, if it's nice today, I'll go out to the deck and work on the deck just to change the scenery. Helps me.
Okay, I'm envious. Okay, she's got to do that. That's good. So
I don't
do
really
that
have
too.
time.
I'll leave my apartment and go work it with my mom's house.
yeah, that's great. But even if for people who work from home, so you're saying just even changing location in your house kind of tells your brain that you're doing something different.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good. Michael.
Because I just don't have time to take a break.
Oh.
Well, I start my day off doing what a lot of you guys do later in the day, and that is I get up at like 5:30, and by 5:45 I'm out the door, and I am done my 10K by 7. Once it gets a little lighter in the morning, I'll be down in the conservation area doing that. Right now it's on the streets. And then lunchtime, after I eat lunch, I take a 20-minute nap. I'll be sitting in front of the TV watching the news, and I just tune out for 20 minutes. I wake up at 10 to 1, whatever, and I'm ready to go again. And same thing after dinner. I often, if I've got the news on or whatever at 6 o'clock, I tune out for 15, 20 minutes. I have the ability to do that just for the 20 minutes, and then I get up and I'm recharged, and it's on with whatever's going to happen the rest of the evening. But yeah, I'm one of those people. I regularly sleep 5.5 to 6 hours. That's kind of normal. And but on the weekend, if it's Saturday, Sunday, yeah, I sleep in unless I want to go somewhere and do something like in the winter where I get up at 5:30 on Saturday. So
before I have my morning coffee, you've done 10K.
yeah. Like right now, I'm at.
I've heard nothing since then. He said
I'm sitting at 12,922 steps so far today.
Wow, good job.
Oh man, you put me to shame, man. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
Well, after I left McMaster, I decided to make some life changes, and the first one was get up at the same time. In fact, now I get up earlier and make sure that the most important person is me. So that's why the walk happens first thing in the morning. And it's health wise. No comparison to where I was 10 or 15 years ago.
Amazing. All right.
Michael's going to get steps for all of us.
That's inspirational. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, Sheila, go ahead.
My situation's probably a little bit different. During the week, I'm basically I've given up my job to care for my mom right now. It's just one of those things, timing has just really been sort of horrible with all the lockdowns and stuff. So, even if at this point we wanted to have mom, consider for us to consider putting mom into long-term care, it's just not very possible, right? So, and honestly, at this point in time, that's me. I just don't want to even think about it. So, so life goes on. And part of my day is to do exercises with my mom because, people with dementia and Alzheimer's do need to be as active as possible. So I get my little bit in, but sometimes I need a break from all of that too, right? Like her schedule. So I sort of just take her nap times to be, a little bit of my time. And if I can't get out because it's been winter, then when she's safely, sort of doing her nap thing, I will do a couple of yoga moves just to clear, a little bit. I can't really leave because it's dangerous.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll go get them.
but that's that yoga sort of like, not that I know all the moves, but something to just do the stretches, stay limber, and just breathe.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Yeah. How many other people do yoga? No? Okay. All right. Okay.
I kinda.
Yeah,
I,
me
tr-
too.
I tried it once. I just don't bend that way.
Yeah.
Me either. I tried it when I was like in my 20s or something. And
Yeah. Okay. Well, Maggie, you're up next. What do you do to rest, Maggie?
just I don't know, watch TV or read, whatever. I don't have any real. I'm very inconsistent in my life, so
Right.
it's not unusual for me. I stay up half the night reading or watching TV.
I'm exactly the same. Inconsistent. That is the term for me, for sure, Maggie.
And I rarely sleep. It's very rare that I'll sleep 7 or 8 hours all at once, because like even if I go to bed, I'm still going to get up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom at least once, if not 2 or 3 times.
Right.
It's just me. I don't know. I got a lousy bladder or something.
Yeah. And you know, and I have a glass of water before I go to bed. So, me, it's like, why are you drinking a glass of water before you go to bed? But,
I always have a glass of water beside me at night. Like I always get a big glass. Like, well, this is one of the glasses. I guess it's a beer glass, but it's
hey, that's okay.
got water.
That's right.
It's got beer in it. But not today. No, but I always, because I like a big glass, so it's usually my beer glasses.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Samantha.
So it's actually something I was thinking about yesterday, because I noticed that I needed more time to get stuff done. So I've been thinking about going to bed earlier. But what I have been doing is I kind of go on the couch, relax, and actually watch cat videos. I'm just something funny, right? Just kind of get my mind off, or like go for a walk. But definitely, I tend to recognize when I need to just take a break, and I will just do something for a short period of time. And I come back, and again, of course, feel refreshed. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I'll tell you something. I've been having that same plan for years now to go to bed earlier. Hasn't really worked, but I'm still planning it. It's coming. But
yeah, I know what you mean.
Frida, what are you doing to rest in the day?
Well, my husband, he gets up about 5 o'clock. He goes in and does his work he leaves the house by 6. He works from 7 to 3. Usually around 4 o'clock, he's like diving down. I'm going for a nap. So half the time I go join him. So, but I find, I usually am still on my phone for another hour, and then I'll join him for the last hour. As far as a nap, like I'll lay in bed, but I'm on my phone. It's like, you're not going to get any sleep if you don't turn that damn thing off. And it's like, yeah, but I'm still checking things. I'm still answering somebody or giving them a quote or whatever, seeing if the internet's available at their address. So I'm always doing something. When he's on his phone, he's playing games, but me, I'm just always trying to do networking or some sort of stuff. So I usually get about an hour. I find if I get more than an hour, then I don't sleep at night. And there's lots of times when I'll be laying in bed, I'll get to bed at 12 or 12:30, but I end up laying there till 2. And then finally at 2 o'clock, it's like, okay, done, then I put my devices down or whatever. And then it's, I need to sleep. But like last night, it was almost 2 and I was up at 5:30 because I had to change a dressing and stuff. But yeah, that's going into a whole other field. My husband had some cancer removed from his head, so I changed the dressing. He can't do it. So anyway, yeah. So and during the day, sometimes I just like go outside for a little bit, walk around the house, go and get the mail, something like that, just to kind of break up the day and just like I need to clear my head. And so yeah. But absolutely. Rest is important, and I found that since my brain tumor was removed, that I needed a little more rest because I feel like I'm still feeling dizzy from the effects of having that removed. Like my whole vestibular balance system is off. So I've taught myself in the last, it's been June will be 13 years since I had it removed, but I still feel like I've had one too many drinks. So I still feel, if the more tired I am, the more I feel that residual effect. So I'm still, yeah.
So you don't need it.
It's yeah, and it's a more determination thing that I'm not going to be dizzy. I'm not, that I just kind of keep working on that part of it.
Yes, yeah. Mike, we're going to lose you.
Oh, okay. Bye, Mike.
All right. Thanks. All right. Okay. Yes, Frida, thank you for that. Adam.
Yep. Hi.
What do you do for rest? By the way, it's good seeing you, man.
Good seeing you too.
So what do you do to rest?
So what do I do to just relax throughout the day? Like I'm feeling kind of stressed out. Yeah, that depends. I don't tend to do any one thing. I'll either work out or walk around or write something in my journal or focus on something else so that my mind is diverted somewhere that isn't going, it's not focused on somewhere that I know is going to make me wig out even harder. Most of it for me is the fact that I deal with anxiety and depression nearly on like the daily, right? I'm sure that's something that a lot of people can relate to feeling, especially now when you're locked in your house throughout a global health crisis. So most of it is just to make sure that I'm constantly moving and constantly doing something. Otherwise, I'll break down, right? Otherwise, I'm not going to get anything done for a while. And it's something I always have to be aware of. One other thing I do, however, is I will sometimes talk to a friend, right? That generally will help. So just keeping like a small network of friends, nothing too crazy, nothing too dramatic, just so I know that, I can join a Discord call with a group of friends and I'll, distract myself for a bit. That generally does help, right? So that's usually what I end up doing.
It's a really good point that you made there was that you, when you take your break, you don't do something that's going to, heap on stress, right? One of the things that I used to do was I would take a break and guess what I would do? Watch CNN. Are you crazy?
I do that too, Ivan, sometimes. Yeah, I do that too.
You know what I mean? Like, why? I'm even more stressed. I got to go back to work. So anyway, good point. Okay, Ian, I don't know if are you here?
I am here.
Awesome. So what do you do to rest?
I'm sleeping.
All right. Very practical.
No, I actually find that it's just a matter of switching my mind completely onto something else. I didn't realize I was doing it until we started talking about this today, but what I will do is I will go onto YouTube and I will look for a function in Excel and just learn a new skill or function or item in Excel to use. And that sort of completely blocks my mind from whatever else was on it at the time of working, and then seems to relax me and sort of when you get back to it, I feel that I'm going back with a more open and fresh mind. So,
wow, that's I never thought of it, but actually just thinking about the process of doing that, I can think about how focused your brain is on that one thing, on learning that thing through Excel, and that's refreshing for sure. It's interesting because everyone's come up with different things that are kind of all similar. It's arresting the process, right, of doing whatever it is that you're doing in the day, and recognizing that you need to either go outside or you need to turn from what you're doing to something else. So here's an exercise for you, just a random little exercise for the next week. And that is this, okay? Now listen, if you're not successful in this exercise, it's okay. And if you don't want to do the exercise, you don't have to. But the idea is this: imagine, and Teresa, don't hold me to this, okay? All right. So imagine that you are turning your TV off. That you, first of all, you eat 4 hours before you go to bed, right? Like you're finished eating 4 hours before you go to bed, and you do not consume anything from the time that you finish eating until the time that you go to bed, except for liquids, right? So you can have tea, you can have whatever, right? But nothing solid. Imagine that you did that. And then imagine that you turned your device off an hour before you go to bed. Yeah, an hour. I know some of us have our devices as our alarm clock. It's a ruse. Keep it out of your bedroom. Put it aside someplace, just for a week. Just for a week. Just put your device somewhere else for the week, and use the old traditional alarm. You know, the ones that have the things that flip, right? The alarm clocks that, use one of those old ones, but just for a week, and not have your device, and don't let your mind and your brain process anything digital for an hour before you go to bed. And then you can consume a book. You can read a book, right? Go analog for a little while, just for that hour before you go to bed. And then try to go to bed at the same time every night, right? Just try it for a week. and then let's talk about how you feel at the end of the week, because if rest is as important as they say it is, and proper rest helps your body to heal and minds to heal, etc., right? Then it would just be a healing week, let's call it, without having to do too much, except for turning off your entertainment, eating at a reasonable time, and getting to bed without a lot of distraction in your mind. And don't pick an argument 15 minutes before bedtime. Do you know what I mean? Like, Teresa, this is not directed at you, but I'm just saying, no arguments 15 minutes before bed. All right. So, all right.
Ivan, can I just make a comment?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You just described what we all did for our children, or was done for us growing up. Right? You come in, you have a bath, you start to mellow, let's pick a book out, right? Later, let's lay in bed for a while and read a book. It was all that process of unwinding from the day.
That's so true. And if we were, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I didn't think of it like that, but it's so true. And if we look at how we live as adults versus, like as Ivan was saying earlier, our body gives us signals that we often suppress. We override the natural flow because of the rat race. The rat race kind of forces us into it, to work nonstop, to be.
Oh, I think he's frozen again.
Need for to step back and live like kids a little bit, like how, or elder parents, or even just our pets. Like if you take a step back and look at the natural order and how they live, and then frame how we live in comparison to the natural order, there's a vast divide.
Yeah, because we actually, the process is, Tanis takes her tub time, and then it's the reading time, and then it's the, okay, all right, calm down, lights are out, and then eventually she'll fall asleep, right? With us, we race up to the sleep. We race up to bedtime with movies and news and all kinds of devices and playing games, and then we try to go to sleep and have a nice restful sleep. It's tough, right? So anyway, it's an exercise. Let's see what happens, right? We'll try it. Okay, so I think everyone here pretty well knows what everybody does, right? So I just want to talk to everybody about what you need this week. What do you need this week? And please, when we think about it, how can we help each other achieve the things that we need? Okay, so if you know somebody or whatever, if you have a resource, please share it with each other. Even if you don't share it online here, you take it off, contact them directly, then definitely do that. All right, so let's. I'm going to start with Lindsay again because you're in my top.
This week, I just need, once again, a time management thing to factor in the fact that I never take a break. So I just need to figure out personally how to manage my time very well. But yeah, no, clients, I'm fine. I'm getting lots of work, so I'm happy.
Awesome. So you're just looking for more time.
Yeah. 20. What was that? Teresa said that one time, 20-hour days or something. No, sorry, not 20-hour days, like 30-hour days or something. Like, yeah, that's what I need. Can we make that happen?
Yeah. And then you'll fill those 30 hours, then you'll need 40-hour days, right? Yeah, but that's good. That's good. Okay. Catherine, what do you need?
Needs people to start getting their friends and family to sign up as citizens for this great city. Right. My goal is to get 10 people to sign up this week. And so let's get people signed up. It's free. It's going to be an advantage to them. Teresa sends out awesome emails.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that's how I met Linda. Was like I saw her on her email. I went, hey, I know that lady when she came up on the video this morning. As one of our newest, right? And that's how I've got connected with Samantha. We're discussing VA duties. So it's do it. Please sign up. Get people to sign up as citizens.
Yeah, thank you, Catherine. And since you picked on Samantha, I'm going to pick on Samantha next. Samantha, of course, is our virtual assistant. So what do you need, Samantha? What do you need this week?
Yeah, thanks. I guess right now, market research kind of big for me, just really learning what business owners really need so I could be able to like tailor that for them. So yeah, being able to, just get like, I've sent out questions before, but unfortunately not really getting responses, just be able to have a response. That'd be pretty cool.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, maybe we can put something together.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a brainstorm of businesses that can brainstorm ideas with you. So maybe we'll think about that. Adam, what do you need this week?
I think the one thing I'm going to need is probably a little bit of time management, so I don't feel quite as overwhelmed with other things I want to do, and and probably a marketing plan of some kind. I currently have like a bunch of marketing copy that I've been writing up and I've been putting up on This Great City, but I want to be able to expand it a little bit further so that way I can actually promote what I'm doing to more people, so I can actually get more repeat business rather than just being a guy who's slinking in the shadows, basically saying, hey, I do stuff for web design and things like that, which isn't really working out for me. So yeah, anything.
And actually, Adam, I've got a thing coming up next month on how to use This Great City's tools to market yourself better, right? So that's specifically about This Great City and our coupons and all the other things that we have, and how the algorithms work with Google and how you can leverage it. So I'll definitely work with you on that. But maybe what I'll do, because of what you're saying, is talk about broader marketing and how This Great City fits into your social media strategy and general marketing strategy, right? So I'll send that out in the next newsletter, and you just basically have to go online and sign up for it. It's free, right? At least it's free to members. So just jump on and be a part of that.
And
That's good.
Just with that note, maybe we should do something with Constant Contact just for awareness, because it's got the marketing, the newsletters like Teresa does, the social media posts and scheduling and stuff like that, as well as your CRM. So that might be a good combination.
Okay, yeah, maybe Teresa or Catherine, we can arrange that so that you can show people how to use email marketing. By the way, if anybody was part of my social media training course, we went through the platforms or the services that actually yield the most return on investment. Of course, the first one, of course, was organic traffic, right, through search engines, right? And second was email marketing, right? That was above social media, right? But yet you hear people talking about social media all the time, and they're not thinking about email marketing, right? Or how to build their organic search. So building a strategy around that is kind of helpful, and I can certainly touch on those things as well in the training. All right. Terry, what are your needs, Terry?
Good morning, everyone. I apologize for being late. I will give a little tip. I don't know if you guys know this, but something new with Zoom, you can use your mouse and move the speaker to the middle of the screen. I don't know if you guys already know that. I just learned that yesterday.
Did you?
We just learned it this morning.
Oh, you did? Oh, I see I'm late then. Which is so great because I was doing a presentation and we were talking about how one of the people that was already like a partner was looking somewhere else the whole time. And I was like, hey, pay attention. I'm doing a meeting here. And then she's like, well, I was looking, you were in the bottom corner of my screen.
Right.
So then someone said, you know, you can move the speaker just by right to the middle. So you're always looking at who's talking. So anyways, I thought I'm sharing something big in news already, but sorry, I apologize. I had a meeting at 9:30 this morning or whatever time that was. What do I need this week? Well, it's a big week. We're launching our new service, our ID Seal Titan. Very exciting, incredible service. So I'm not going to talk about it yet because I'm just learning. I just signed up for it myself and I'm playing with how many times my email address is on the dark web and how many passwords I use that are not very good passwords. So 2 amazing features with the service. So I'm still looking for people who, I guess my ask would be if you know anyone looking to make some extra money on the side. I'm looking for business partners across Canada to help me get this new service out. So that's one thing I'm looking for.
Okay.
Nice to see everyone.
All right. Well, I'm actually going to have Frida also say what she needs this week because,
Yes, Frida
because
and
then
I
I'll make
working
a comment
together.
about what you guys are doing. Go ahead, Frida.
Well, I am just as excited as Terry, if not more, because I've been a victim of having part of our identity stolen and part of the fixing, and everybody's offering, oh yeah, well, we'll help you put it back together. It's like, no. This service helps you from ever having it happen. Like it is a block for everything. I put a little bit in my description, and I too am available to help anybody build a residual income. The beauty of the residual thing is that I sign a customer up once, and every single month thereafter, I am paid. I don't have to do any more effort. There's nothing else required. So I am so excited about the integrity of our company, the amount of recognition we've had, the Direct Selling and Sales Association, the Better Business Bureau. All this stuff is it just keeps elevating us above all the others. Like we get grouped into this direct sales and multi-level marketing status, but we're not part of it. We are far beyond and far better than anything that's out there. So what I would love to do is help anyone who wants to build an extra stream of income, whether it's be a little bit to begin with or replace your other stuff. So
Basically, folks, with ACN, if you know someone who is, they're working, they have a job, and they're looking to have a side hustle,
yes.
They're jealous because a lot of us have side hustles, right?
Yeah.
And they want to be like us, then definitely refer them to Round It Out. All right, Ian, what do you need?
So as I've said earlier, I focusing mostly on private lending on mortgages.
Cool.
And if there's something that I need, and then I've been focusing on for the last couple of days, it's actually on building a better model in terms of doing my underwriting on deals.
Okay.
I may have used words there that people aren't familiar with, so because you look puzzled yourself, so I will try and explain better. When somebody is looking for financing on the purchase of a property or refinancing a property, it isn't just the property that you focus on. There are other factors that you want to look at. Those other factors are the underwriting process. It's understanding and vetting the person who's borrowing and understanding the financing deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to focus on this week building a better underwriting process.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. I'm going to think on that, and Ian, maybe we can have a conversation after of how we can help you better with that. So I'll leave it at that for now. Okay, Thomas, what are your needs for the week?
sense of punctuality would be something I need in general. So I apologize for just, being the last one in and I guess first one out to a point here. But other than that, focus is something I need to work on. That's obviously nothing that can be done here, but outside of that, any referrals of anybody looking to improve their IT, there's been a lot of breaches I've come across in the last little bit. Acer, the computer manufacturing company, I just got an article this weekend. They were hit with a $50 million ransom request. So I know people say, "Oh, I'm small business. It's not going to affect me." I'm going to actually post up some information about how small businesses are just getting bombarded by ransomware. They're not making the news like the large companies, but they are being attacked. They're being pillaged. And ask yourself, do you have that money that these groups are going to ask for your ransom, for your data back? What do you have in place to either minimize the chances of it happening? And it's still going to happen. There's never a silver bullet. But what do you have in place to basically say, okay, keep asking for it. I'm just going to, start over, pick up where I left off on my day and forget you even exist. There are tools and features like that. So yeah, that's anybody interested in hearing more about that stuff, by all means, come by way. Gladly go over all the services we have to help you out with that. And again, I guess, I'm especially this week since I'm hosting next on Thursday. Punctuality is definitely something I have to work on as well. So I can't be late.
Yeah, no problem. And I'll make one other comment about.
Yeah, no, absolutely,
Thomas. So if you're a small business, if you know someone who is starting a small business, the one thing I hear a lot of is, there's so many options out there for computers. Let's say, right? Some people go, "Oh, you know what? I bought this really inexpensive Chromebook," and then you realize that the Chromebook is not going to actually satisfy your need, right? Or I need this or I need that. I would strongly suggest that they have even a conversation with Thomas, because storage is a big thing. Like, where are you storing your data? Is it going to be offsite? All those things. I don't even know the language. What I'm saying might not even make sense. But
No, you're right. I mean, your cloud services, and the nice thing to know is where it's being stored when it's backed up, or when it's, you do have your local copies if you choose to save offline on your computer. Your computer caches it, so you have quick, easy access. But the actual data itself, it's nice to know where it's stored. Many providers are starting to put Canadian-based data centers in order to alleviate some of the U.S. rules and regulations. But I mean, I know for a fact that the services we provide, we outside of the Microsoft Office, I'm talking like the actual backups in the cloud and everything, they are stored in Canada. There's a Calgary data center and a Toronto data center, and they don't leave Canada. They actually back up to one another. So Toronto to Calgary, Calgary to Toronto. So
right, awesome.
So, Thomas,
Yep.
are you suggesting migrating your server? Like, for me, my servers are with the GoDaddy. So are you saying to migrate everything over to your platform?
No, for us, we don't do server hosting per se. We do all, with our managed services, we do more disaster recovery and business continuity. So if you have servers that are running on, say, GoDaddy or Amazon Web Services, continue doing so, because we don't have we don't run servers themselves. That's not what we have. Like, we just provide the services. If you had, say for example, if you have Office 365, we can manage that account and provide you with backup services and stuff, and redundancy situations in that case. If you have servers running on GoDaddy, the only thing I would say is, if you were given the choice or still have the choice to maybe switch, if they have choice, I don't know how GoDaddy, I don't run servers on that end, but if they offer you choices on where you can, Canadian-based servers or US-based servers, see if maybe you can move them to Canadian, because then you're not stuck with US laws, and they can't, you're in Canada, you do business in Canada per se, take advantage of the fact that you can at least, have your information safely in your own country, as opposed to under US laws, they can, and they have at it whenever they want, right? So.
Okay. Yeah, because right now it's a shared server, but in the next couple of months, I'm going to have to migrate to a private server. So when
you do that, maybe double check with them and see if they can make sure that it goes to a Canadian, into the Canadian data center, as opposed to if they have US or something international.
Yeah, I'll call them right now. Like, as soon as we're done this call, I'll call them. And
if you're having data on your computer and you want that data backed up, right?
That's more so.
Go ahead, Thomas.
Oh no, that's more so where we're like, I mean, the servers that Naz is talking about, like that's something I would like if somebody is running platforms and services, these companies do have data centers all over the world. Make sure you put one in an area that you're comfortable with, especially, you do business in Canada, make sure the data is in Canada, right? You know the rules and regulations and legislation, and you're not going to be blindsided by some other law, some like the Homeland Security laws that the U.S. has, where they can basically go in and have a field day on your stuff, right? So
Yeah.
keep in mind.
Thank you for adding that perspective.
Yeah, but as far as our services, again, too, like if you're running Office Microsoft 365, again, I can't, you can't go to Microsoft and say, okay, I want strictly Canadian data centers. Unfortunately, they kind of have a little bit more say. But if you're putting a backup solution in place, that's where you definitely have with us at least, you have the option. We always put it in Canadian servers unless somebody says, hey, I want it in the US. If that's your poison, go ahead, we can do it, but we do have an option to keep it all in Canada as well. So
beautifully said. Okay, I'm going to move on to Christiane. Go ahead, Christiane. What do you need?
All right, thank you for asking. Good morning, everybody. Actually, I have a big ask this week. If I could ask if you could all follow me on my social media. I put my information at the top of the chat and towards the bottom of the chat. ceremoniestoremember.ca and Christiane Bristow. If you could follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm actually excited to say that I'm scheduled to launch my first publication, which is a guide to creating a memorable celebration of life service. And we're looking to launch it on Wednesday with the great thanks from my agency and Ivan and Teresa, who are just pulling it all together for me with the expertise. And I've got Thomas in the background, everybody, because we're looking to work together so that he can then support my technology and let me sleep at night so I don't worry about my technology. So
love networking.
That's where I'm at. So thank you to everybody. And you've all encouraged me. I have to say, since I started with this great city, I would not have achieved this e-guide because you gave me the confidence that I could do it. So I've been working on it since January, and we're actually ready to launch on Wednesday. So yay!
Wow! Congratulations!
Good job.
I think you deserve a round of applause.
I just went in there and liked this great. Ceremonies to Remember on Facebook. So everybody else, please jump on and do that, please. That's great.
And I will reciprocate in kind big time. Then we'll all be joined at the hip. So thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, so with that said, announcements again, just so that we don't forget today, if you'd like, stick around because we're doing our work group right after this. So you just stay on the same call, same bat channel, and that goes until noon. And then, of course, nothing tomorrow. But Wednesday night, we have Investing 2021 at 8:30 p.m. with Stephen Lee and Melissa Raymond. And of course, Thursday morning, Tech Talk with, hosted by Catherine Davies, but Thomas is going to be conducting Tech Talk. What's the topic, Thomas?
Unified communication with everybody having to work from everywhere and anywhere. One of the big things is, it's always been a big thing, giving your personal cell phone to customers and clients, right? I mean, and then trying to have, a video conferencing platform, audio conferencing platform, and this, business communication and unified communication, all one platform. You've got everything under one. The idea is it's scalable, easier to manage financially too. You get better value, and and talk a little bit about how you can separate business and personal and not always have to have your personal cell phone out to customers and clients too.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to that. That's exciting. And then, of course, 1 o'clock on Thursday afternoon is the sales strategy with me, 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock p.m. on Thursday. All right. So I want to thank everyone. By the way, there's still an incentive on for those that are not members. If you're looking to join This Great City, go on to thisgreatcity.com and go to the join link, and you'll see the incentives on there. And I'm thankful that you all made it out today. It was a good discussion about rest. And don't forget to do your homework.
Make sure you attend next week.
That's right. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
See how it feels. I'm hoping that if I get enough rest, I will grow back my hair.
Good luck with that, Ivan.
It's Sherry too, right? At 1 o'clock.
Oh, and of course, is that today?
No, next Monday.
Yeah, so next week, yes. Sherry's Business Builder Mastermind, 1 o'clock. please, you can check out the website. For members, the Business Builder Mastermind is $25 for the month, which is an amazing price. And of course, for non-members, it is $75 for the month, which is also an amazing price. But definitely go to the website, click on the events link, and you'll see the information there for that.
All those people who mentioned time management,
Oh.
the strategy, right?
Yeah.
That's the place to be. You
And
get
it's a workshop. It's a workshop. He actually deals with your business and helps you to overcome some of the challenges that business people have. So definitely check it out with Sherry Lozier.
Perfect.
All right, and I think that's everything. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Have an
Thank
amazing,
you.
amazing day. And
Thanks so much.
those that are with the work group, you can stick around.
Nice to see everybody. Have a great
Everybody
week,
have a-
everybody.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.